Or you want to say it?
We're about to start. The tide has turned. That's right. The tide has turned. What do you think, Nick? Has the tide turned?
Aye, Captain.
We'll be back.
Iceberg, right ahead.
We'll be back right after this.
And now, welcome to Pride and Chaos.
Welcome to the darkest year of our adventures. Oh, yeah!
And now, give it up for Jeremy and Nick.
Now you scared me.
And as usual, Nick is wrong.
Why are you the way that you are? God, I can't stand you.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Whoa, that was cool.
Can we snack on some Giants this week? Some giant wings? I don't want minis.
Now you can't leave.
Now you can't leave. You're in our stadium. You see where I'm at. I'm here, baby. You're in Jet Life Stadium.
So check it out. We got Gin Pak here early. We got Knobcraft here early.
Hello.
We have Twisted here. Who cares?
Hello.
We have
Hello,
John Hepburn here.
Hello, John.
That's pretty awesome. John Hepburn. And Jets Mess was the first one today screaming snacks. And I'm snacking on the sugar that didn't melt in my cup of coffee.
Hello, mess.
So as
like Jeremy's shirt after a meal, a mess.
Small Heath Jet Petroleum in the house.
You
gotta love that. And I gotta say, I am excited about the upcoming weeks as a New York Jet fan. I know I've been brokenhearted before in the past, but I have a different feeling right now. I have a feeling good times are coming. What do you think, Nick?
I just want to tell Jim Pot that I have my caramel maple candle here, as he mentions chocolate-covered caramel and sea salt snacks. That's how the room smells right now, baby. We're in sync, Jim Pot. I am excited. I am happy. I am proud. I'm going to be a little chaotic tonight, dude. Do you know why? Because the tides have turned. We are a good football team. We got through the hellacious 6-game opening that everyone was petrified of. And guess what, Jer? I got a secret for you. We're good.
We're good.
We're good, bro.
We're good.
We're good.
We're a good team.
I think we're on borderline of being elite. You win these next 3 games, you are not the same old Jets. You go into Buffalo at 6-3. For first place, because I predict Miami to lose a game or 2, and I predict Buffalo to lose to Cincinnati. We go into Buffalo to take first place in the division. And that's wild. That's our only 1 o'clock game in the entire month of November. The biggest game is going to be the 1 o'clock game. Everything else is primetime.
You know, I got to say, the Giants will be tough. Their defensive line is tough. We got to be careful with Zach Wilson and protect them. We don't want to have something bad early happen where they strip fumble kind of thing. There's things that, every team has strengths you got to look out for. But I have a good feeling about this team. And there's good things happening. Good things keep happening. They're arguing whether Joe Tippmann's going to play or not. They're saying, and people are saying he's probably not going to play. Well, it's great news that we're even having that discussion. A week ago, I was under the impression that Joe Tippmann was going to be out 5 to 10 weeks. Now we're talking about him playing this week, even if he doesn't. If he comes back for the Charger game, how happy are you? That's right. We need him back.
That's my happy dance, bro. That's my happy dance.
Right. Then we only got to worry about AVT, but we get a lot back. You get Tippmann back. You get your depth back. Then you have more depth. Like everything is good about Tippmann coming back. And the fact that they're saying that he might come back this week tells me that we could probably assume he's going to be back by the Chargers game. And we'll have him for the rest of the way. Hopefully, knock on wood, he stays healthy. This is great news to me. We're getting healthy.
We have to add this little caveat in there. Robert Saleh's track record with talking about injuries, Tippmann is in a body cast and his career is over. Based on everything he tells us about injuries, the guy he's done. He'll never play another game again. But in all seriousness, I don't know. I didn't see anything come out. The media only gets to see the opening and stretching part of practice, and then they're limited from it. So the fact that it's being talked about and that he's not ruled out immediately is good, but we've seen the Jets do this with multiple players, right? Where we get so hyped up on Wednesday, we'll talk about it in the show, and then Friday afternoon, such and such player is ruled out, right? So it's good to keep an eye on the transactions this week, see who they act, if they elevate anybody. Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence in the middle are a formidable combination. Tomlinson against Lawrence scares me. I expect to see Bawden in the backfield a little more to maybe pick up a Leonard Williams, Thibodeau, or Lawrence if they get through. The Giants' D-line is a formidable opponent. Now, Tippmann being there, going against Leonard Williams, I hope you're healthy because we don't need you to go to plant against him and then you pull it and now you're out 6 to 8 weeks. So I hope the Jets are smart with it this week and don't put him out there with a muscle tear if it's partial and then it becomes a full rupture. You know what I'm saying? As much as I want him to play, I want him to play long-term too. We have, I say this and I'm not joking. I'm not being Kool-Aid drinker. I look at this team and I look at the schedule that they went through and I look at the schedule that lies ahead. And I really think this team can compete for the division. The only 3 games we have left against teams that are really good are Miami twice, who've been bullied by the Bills and the Eagles. We bullied the Bills and the Eagles. So what do you think we're going to do to Miami? And Buffalo. And we got Josh Allen's number. So, I mean, I don't think it's crazy that we go 8-3 down the stretch and end up 11-6 or maybe even 12-5. I think we're that good, even with Zach, dude. But I need everyone to be there. And we need Tippmann long-term, you know? As much as we want him Sunday, I want the kid for the final 10, not for this one.
No.
But I like that. I think he got hurt at the right time with the bye week. He didn't miss a game, you know, a little, you're on the mend. So, yeah, and I just have to, we do not have a sponsor, but coffee creamer, coconut cream from the Coffee Mate. Oh my God, it's the greatest coffee I've ever drank in my entire life. I'm cuckoo for coconut.
I have one of those Nespresso coffee makers. And
sorry, Mr. California Big Shot.
It's not that they're not that expensive. But it's there's this coconut flavor. I make coconut coffee, and yeah, and I like it. I like my coffee. Especially loaded with sugar and heavy cream.
Yeah. Grandizer, I disagree. I thought Philly beat them up in the trenches. And I thought that was the difference in the game. I thought that that's where Miami lost the game, was in the trenches. And that's how Buffalo lost to us, and that's how Philly lost to us. And that's our strength.
Well, I definitely thought that in the first half, the way the Eagles slowed down the Dolphins was by stopping the run first. They stopped the run. They forced the Dolphins to be very one-dimensional when they would pass, and that made it harder for Tua because they took away the threat of the run. And then Miami started to get better as the game went along. They started to adjust, to make adjustments, and they looked a little bit better in the second half. But I think that if there was any blueprint that came out of that game to me, is that when when the Jets play Miami, if you want to have any chance to compete with them, you got to stop them on the ground. Because if they establish a run game and they could run on you, then that opens up play action and it opens up a whole bunch of explosiveness, and then you're in some trouble.
Yeah. Not to get into too much Miami talk, but my scouting report on them is you got to defend the run well. You got to get those stretch runs. The same thing that we tried to do, right? Same thing San Francisco does. They got speed. They want to get those stretch runs, get their guys outside in space, seal the linebacker, and then it's a sprint to beat the safety. They were without the rookie Akune, whatever. I don't know his name. But the rookie's out for a few weeks. And you got to make Tua, you got to take his first read away. If you take away his initial read, that's when he gets all panicky. But the way their system is designed is that the motions, the moves, everything is to get that first guy open, catch the ball, stop, throw it, hit the guy in rhythm. We take away that first read. That's how you defeat Miami. Daniel, I'm not giving them an obituary. I'm just saying that the Bills, the Eagles, the Jets are teams that can beat you in the trenches. And the two teams that are winning teams that you played so far beat you in the trenches.
Daniel,
we self-assess the Jets here all the time. Daniel, if you're self-assessing the Dolphins, you got to say that your weakness is in the trenches. You're not that physical up front. You have great skill players. You're getting Ramsey back. You have greatness on the outside with Waddle and with Hill. You have great speed at running back. But your weakness is the trenches. I don't think I'm writing an obituary. I'm fairly assessing the team.
I think the fact that we're talking about, the Eagles may have shown how to beat the Dolphins is nothing but respect. If we didn't respect the Dolphins, we wouldn't be talking about it. If we didn't respect the Dolphins, we'd just be like, oh, yeah, easy win. The fact that we're sitting here saying you have to stop the run. So, and take away that dimension of their offense, that's respect. That's respect. Disrespect would be, and writing the obituary would say they're done, they're nothing, we're going to run right, we're going to walk all over them. We're not saying that. We're literally saying we're going to be, and Daniel, you're saying, they literally have two starters out. Welcome to the Jets' life.
That's the life in the NFL right now.
Jets' offensive line is out.
Yeah.
When is the last time
Daniel, it's a compliment.
The Jets are out 3 starters from the beginning of the year. They're out 3 starters.
Yeah, and when Daniel, it's a compliment that we have to look at a team the way the Dolphins have been playing and find holes. You're not like we're the Patriots or the Bills. We're not shitting on you. We're saying honest assessment. That's how you got to beat this team. You got to bully them in the trenches. You got to make Tua move his feet, and you got to take away the run. I don't think that's an obituary, man. I just think coming off a loss, fans get too excited and defensive. I appreciate you watching. I love the input that you give us on our team and yours, but please don't think that I'm completely shitting on you guys.
Well, I mean, talking about it is respect, but also that just like us, when you say calm down, you got to calm down too, Daniel. The Dolphins haven't won shit, just like us.
They haven't been a winning team.
Neither of us. No, forget about this year. I'm not even talking about this year. The Dolphins are very good this year, and the Jets are much better. What I'm trying to say is nobody should talk shit until they actually win something. It's the same thing if the Bills fans are acting arrogant. Why are Bills fans acting arrogant? They didn't win anything, right?
Ever.
They didn't win anything. I'm not saying the Dolphins are any worse than the Jets. I'm saying you're in the same fucking boat. We haven't won a Super Bowl since 69. Yeah. You haven't won one since 73. What's the difference? What's the difference?
Listen, you talk about the Jets?
In the AFC Championship game, 1982. And I'm not shitting on the Dolphins. I'm saying the Jets are the same. Both our organizations are in the same place. We haven't done shit. Who cares if you have made the playoffs last year? We made the playoffs last year. So you're going to walk around like you're arrogant? Did you win a playoff game? Did you win? When's the last time the Dolphins won a playoff game?
There's no participation trophies in the NFL.
And I'm not sitting there, and I'm not even shitting on them. I'm saying, as a fan, don't be arrogant until, I personally would never be arrogant. I don't believe in being arrogant even when you win. But at least if you're going to be arrogant, wait till you win something. Why are you talking like your team is some championship team? You've done nothing yet. It's freaking October. You got to win games in December and January before you start thinking you're good. And it's funny because I already think the Dolphins are good. I think the Dolphins are the favorite to win the division. If you say, can the Jets win the division? I would say, well, it depends. We have to split against the Dolphins, and we're going to need, and we have to at least split, and we have to beat the Bills, and maybe. But when you talk about the division, I talk about the Dolphins. Right now, the Dolphins, to me, are the favorite to win the division. I get that. But we're going to sit on this channel, and we're going to talk about how. We're going to say, how can we beat the Dolphins? Where are they weak? Where aren't they as strong? That's what we're going to talk about. That's not disrespectful.
Who's the favorite? Who's your favorite to win the division? Who's your favorite to win the division?
The Dolphins. I'm not saying I'm not.
I had to find it. I had to find it.
I'm not saying I'm not rooting for the Jets to somehow upset them and take the division. I'm just saying right now, the team that we have to look at as the team to beat in our division is the Dolphins. They're better than the Bills, even though they lost to them. I think the Dolphins are better than the Bills, especially healthy when they get their offensive linemen back.
I mean, you take Tre'Davious White and Milano off the Bills, you see that defense is a different defense in Buffalo.
Yeah, they're in big trouble, and the Dolphins are getting healthier. They're getting, like you said, they're getting Jalen back, so they're going to be tougher. So I mean, to me, that's the competition. Like Miami is the team that we're trying to somehow catch and beat. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But we'll agree to disagree. I don't know what we're agreeing to disagree on. What are you saying?
Yeah, I don't know how you can look at the Dolphins, Daniel.
Are you saying that you did win something? Like that I'm wrong? I mean, I'm just spitting out facts.
Yeah.
Like agree to disagree on what? That you should walk around arrogantly like your team has done anything? Who cares?
And I hate that I'm going to say this to end this. The New England Patriots were 18-0 and didn't finish the job. So it doesn't mean a goddamn thing about your wins in September or October. And that goes for every team, Daniel, not just the Dolphins. And I don't think there's anything to agree or disagree about. Your team has holes. Your holes are on your line. You can be bullied at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. That's a fact. The 2 games you lost, you got beat at the line of scrimmage. Coincidence? The 2 games you lost are 2 teams that we beat. Those are facts. You can't argue that. You can be upset about it, sure. But those are truthful facts.
He's saying it's the referees, but like, what are you talking about? Have you watched a Jet game? You want to talk about refereeing? You want to talk about getting robbed by referees? I mean, fine, you could use that excuse too. Then the Jets should be 5-1 right now. If we're going to use referees, the Jets are 5-1 because the Jets were robbed. We won the Kansas City game. If you're going to blame the refs, like if that's an acceptable excuse. Don't talk to me about refereeing unless you go back and watch the Kansas City game. 3rd and 22. Everybody in the world, the entire world, more people than watched any game since the Super Bowl, watched the Kansas City Chiefs hold Jermaine Johnson, and they watched Patrick Mahomes run right by them as he was being held. And no call from the referee. Everybody knows it. Every fan was texting me, no matter which team they like, they were all texting me, you got robbed.
Yeah. Daniel, don't bring up an O-line to the Jets fans. We lost Elijah Vera Tucker for the 2nd year in a row. We put Joe Tippmann at guard, who never played guard a game in his entire life. Now he might be hurt too. We moved Becton from right tackle to left tackle when Dwayne Brown was ineffective. We have O-line issues too. So, I mean, you're preaching to the choir here, buddy. We have O-line issues. The difference is we're overcoming them.
Well, so Miami.
You can make all the excuses that you want. You can make all the excuses that you want. Whenever you compare teams in the NFL, Jer, what do you say? Common opponents. We beat the Bills and Eagles. You did not.
Right.
We lost to the Patriots. You beat the Patriots. You're 1-2 against common opponents right now.
But they are overcoming.
I'm sorry. You're 2-2 because you beat the Broncos. And we're 3-1 against common opponents. And you're 2-2.
Their offensive line is... Like when they get healthy, fine.
They weren't even good when they're healthy.
But they
are a question when they were healthy.
Right, but they're overcoming it because what's their record? They're 4-2, right? So they're overcoming it. They're a good team. They're in first place in the division. They're overcoming it. But every team has weaknesses. I don't care who you are. Like, I'm a Miami fan, I'm not sitting here like already designating myself better than San Francisco or better than Philadelphia or better than Kansas City. You have to earn that. You don't win a few games in September and October and get to walk around like you're the best team in football. I'm not saying don't be excited. You should be excited. Your team scores points. Your team scores touchdowns. But you haven't done anything to lay claim to being better than those teams. Like, and as a fan, that shouldn't be offensive to you. You should be agreeing and saying, I know, I'm excited to play them and prove it. Like, I'm not saying don't believe in your team. I'm not saying don't believe in the Dolphins. I'm saying until you start talking it up, wait until they actually beat someone. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm not saying anything about the Jets, and neither is Nick. We're hopeful. We're excited. We think we got a better team than we've had in a long time. We think we could be competitive. We think we have an opportunity right now because the schedule is getting a little softer than it was. You see the difference? We're not walking around and saying we're Kansas City. We're not walking around and claiming to be better than Cincinnati or any of those teams yet. We're hoping to prove it. That's all.
I will say this with the Dolphins. Daniel, late season collapse. Your last 4 games are the Jets, Cowboys, Ravens, and Bills. All 4 of those teams can bully you in the line of scrimmage, healthy or not. I would say enjoy your run, but I think you're in for a major disappointment and down the stretch. All right, that's what I'll say about them until the day before Thanksgiving when we play you guys again. So back to the Jets on the Jets podcast. Looking ahead at the Giants, right? Let me change the banner as we move on after a very prolonged, controversial, argumentative opening kick.
About the Dolphins.
Let's look ahead a little bit here. Let's look ahead at the Giants. If Dom C joins us later, we'll have some of his input on it as well, but let's hop into it now.
Is he trying to?
Barkley's back.
It wasn't available.
Let's be dead serious about this. I don't think there are many times where I've looked at an opponent and said, I hope the starting quarterback is healthy and plays. I think Tyrod Taylor is a very good veteran quarterback. I think he's a very good spot starter in this league. I think he understands concepts, coverages, and protections better. I hope Daniel Jones plays this week. I really hope Daniel Jones is healthy, Jer. I think that would be – I'm not afraid of Tyrod Taylor, but I think Tyrod Taylor is playing the quarterback position better, even though it's a small sample with 1 game against Washington. And they only scored 14 points. That's just to show you how poor Daniel Jones has been. I would rather see Daniel Jones back healthy this week. Barkley's back. You could tell his timing was a little bit off. The Giants' offensive line is in shambles. I mean, even with Andrew Thomas back, there weren't a lot of holes to run. Taylor should be fun watching this Jet D line go after Taylor. If we can get that in some second and third and longs, I think Huff, JJ, Quinnen, and others could have a big day. I think we get a lead, play with a lead, something we haven't done very much. I think we can be looking at a 6, 7, 8 sack game from this defense. I really do. I think this offensive line for the Giants is that bad. Sauce and Reed are still in the concussion protocol. A little surprising. I thought it was just going to be a formality of them showing up today. But I guess with the Zach Rosenblatt had a great tweet if you check him out on Twitter. The 5 stages of the concussion protocol, and both Reed and Sauce were on the field today practicing, so it should just be a formality by the end of the week, as long as there's no setbacks, knock on wood, that they're healthy. You look at everything else with this defense, man. Adams is back. Amos, basically, he played 68 snaps against the Chiefs, 0 against Denver, 1 against Philly. Adams and Whitehead are solidified on the back end. Ashton Davis, so kudos to him. He stepped up and in his limited roles, whether it was covering Kelsey, picking off Patrick Mahomes. Davis, I don't want to say an unsung hero, but I want to say a guy with a small role on a team growing You need those guys. Not everyone can be Quincy Williams with a $96 million contract, right? You need guys like Ashton Davis, third, fourth year, someone who maybe gets a 3-year, $9 million extension, right? Or $8 million, whatever, to be the third safety and an elite special teamer for you. You need those guys. And kudos to him for the Jets keeping him when a lot of us didn't think. Tony, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. We appreciate it. Guys, remember, if you ever want to jump the line, get your comment on air immediately. Super chat's the best way to do it and support Jeremy and the channel and the show that we do here. Tony says, the NFL finds its players and coaches. When will they find their refs for incompetence? Are they rigging games?
I don't think that they are intentionally rigging games like we're going to go and we're going to cheat. We're going to rig this game for payoffs. I'm not going to go that far. What I'm accusing them is what's called implicit bias, meaning they, like a Patrick Mahomes or a Tom Brady, they, without even knowing they're doing it, treat them differently because of their past success, because of their name. They're like starstruck, kind of like a fan. That they're not. It's not like they're thinking about it. They just are. So if you touch Mahomes, you can't do that in this league. Let me throw the flag. But you could hit Zach Wilson helmet to helmet and knock him on his ass, and they won't call that because it's just Zach Wilson. But they're looking for it with certain guys. That's my opinion. So what I think is, and I do think that referees need to be held accountable. They're fining players because the players in midair are making a tackle, and the offensive player dives or does something, changes level, and it leads to the defender's helmet hitting their helmet, and they're fining the defender when there's nothing they possibly could have done to avoid it. Then why doesn't the referee, who's affecting millions of dollars in gambling, they're affecting the outcome of a game that thousands of fans are spending tons of money on, they're illegitimizing the game and the true outcome of the game based on their biases and based on their ability to do their job well, what kind of accountability are you going to put on them? Because there's a lot on the line, and these referees are impacting the game in the worst possible way. And what's really noticeable is the final 5 minutes of the game. It's like suddenly they wake up and start to call everything they want to call. And there's every football game. I'm not talking about the Jets. Every game. Watch. The last 5 minutes of the game, the flags are flying every play. You can't do that. You can't change the way you call a game because, now it's important. It's the final 5 minutes, and they're looking to make calls. And it's like a third team that's out there. Instead of you're not supposed to know, even though the refs are there when they're doing their job the best. Like when they're doing their job at the best possible level, you don't even know they're there. And the calls that they make, you can't even argue. When they show the replay, you're like, fuck, and you're yelling at your player, not defending them. You're saying that was stupid. Oh, man, I can't believe he held them. Right? But now it's not that. Now you're looking at the calls that the referees make in replay, and you're saying, what the fuck is going on? Like, how do you call that a hold when we've been watching that the entire game and it wasn't called? Like, all of a sudden, it's the final 5 minutes of the game. If you're a defensive back and you touch the wide receiver, it's a flag. But meanwhile, for 3 quarters, they were fucking holding on to the guy all game, and there was no flag. There's got to be some accountability for that shit.
I'll just summarize it in one sentence. It's something I've been saying for a very long time. It is humanly impossible for 7 players to watch the actions of 22. That's it. Yeah. It's humanly impossible. You can't watch everything. There's things that are going to be missed. I feel with how big the game is and how much money the game makes, there's answers, but answers equate to more calls equate to longer games, and they're trying to get rid of all that shit. So, well, I don't know. I don't think there's a fix that we're going to see. I don't think there's going to be a fix that'll make everybody happy. But that's all I'll say with that. But thank you.
I see one solution. We as a team,
robots.
No, we as a team need to solve the problem ourselves. We need to score in the red zone, and we need to have bigger scoring games so bad calls don't put the game at risk.
Yeah, and stop hitting the fucking quarterback. Just don't even hit the quarterback.
I know. Don't even hit him.
Don't. Don't even sack him anymore. Just go up to him and go, boogie, 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 boogie. Just wave your hand in his face. Oh, penalty, taunting.
I like snacks. Do you like snacks?
But thank you again, Tony. We appreciate the super chat. Back into the defensive side of the ball. You know, this was a good time to have the bye after that gauntlet of 6 games, right? We went through a lot. We saw a lot. We went through a gauntlet of quarterbacks. Now, you don't have that this week. This game is going to be an ugly game, right? They're going to do everything they can to try to stop the run. Wink Martindale is going to do exotic blitzes. You know, Coach Salah said it today in a press conference. They layer their packages. They'll show you a front the first time, and they might drop people out of it. They'll show you that same exact look later and do something completely different out of it. I think CJ blocking at tight end, the tight end's chipping before getting out. They send a lot of corner blitzes. Jason Pinnock has been a very good blitzer for them. There's one way to stop that, right? Spread them out. Don't put your tight end and your wide receiver 2 yards off the line, because that's when you can send somebody and they don't see it coming. If you spread the receivers out more, it's harder to walk up with that cornerback blitz. They got a further way to go. So coaching, strategy, not just the play calling, the play design, the play formations, who chips. You know, Ruckert should be chipping and getting out to the flat. I think he can have a nice little day for us. I don't want to say a big day because people think, 10 catches. You say big day for a tight end, you're thinking, Hawkinson and Kelsey numbers. But, if Ruckert has 3 catches for 30-something yards, converts a couple first downs, that's a nice day. Conklin over the middle with Ruckert going out in the flat in a layered stack of double tight ends. With Wilson on the outside or somebody clearing out on the outside for the underneaths will be nice. I'm curious to see the adjustments, the improvising that Hackett has done with the system. I've said for weeks, the bye week is where when you have a quarterback change, you can cater the offense to him more. I believe Zach and Hackett were together a couple days during the bye week, from what I heard, and working on some things. Now implement it, right? You're back on the field today, and hopefully the work in the film room. What does Zach do well? What does Zach not do well? Where can we expand upon? All right, we ran these plays. These plays were a success. Let's build some different plays off of this formation. You did well in this formation. They'll think we're running this. Now we're going to hit them with this. Layer it. So, ice cream. Harlan? Sorry, the fat kid in me just got excited. I need to know what type of ice cream.
Can you imagine Harlan getting his ice cream?
Yeah,
I got the good flavor. That's
what I want to know.
Road.
Harlan, just know that I will judge you. I will strongly judge you. I know you are a big supporter of our shows, and you're a great guy, and you're a good Jet fan. But that can change if you put some poppycock flavor up here that I'm not a fan of. That can change very quickly.
I wonder, we should ask Twisted what kind of ice cream he gets. What are they bringing?
He's a vanilla guy. He's vanilla.
Yeah,
he's plain.
Is it really up to him when you're in an assisted living facility? Don't they they pick the flavor of ice cream that they bring you?
Yeah, I picture him rolling around in there like the robot guy. Who is the smart guy? Stephen Hawking.
That's Twisted?
Yeah. Mocha chip. Wait, is mocha chip different than chocolate mint chip?
Yes, it's different. Chocolate mint chip is like, if it's Breyers, it's the white ice cream, or it could be
never get Breyers. They got the dark chocolate chips, and it's the worst.
I know.
Always
I know.
Turkey Hill. Turkey Hill is top of the food chain.
Chocolate flakes in the green mint ice cream.
That's top of the food chain. That is the top chocolate mint chip. Choco mint chip, they call it in Turkey Hill.
Turkey Hill, baby. Turkey.
If I'm going, my favorite ice cream, it's it's always Turkey Hill brand. There's no doubt about it. It's the chocolate mint chip. It's peanut butter ripple, and then I'm going to throw in cookies and cream. Those are top of the top 3 that cannot be matched, in my opinion.
They used to have, I don't know if they still have it. Ben and Jerry's had a flavor It was one of those Grateful Dead flavors, not Cherry Garcia, but like hazy sundae or man, I'm forgetting it. It was like coffee ice cream with marshmallow, chocolate, nuts. It was spectacular. It was spectacular. I loved it.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Ba bing, ba boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
There's nothing wrong with a good tub of cheap generic brand sherbet. $4. You get a big 2-gallon container in those big buckets of sherbet, and then you take like a big spoon. It's not ice cream. It's not ice cream.
I plowed a Turkey Hill cookies and cream today. Oh, you had a little threesome?
I can imagine Knobcraft in the kitchen, like in his kitchen. It's like they get a break. Dinner rushes over. He sneaks into the freezer and pulls out a Turkey Hill thing of ice cream and starts eating it. What's your favorite thing to cook, Knobcraft? What do you love to concoct? Like when do you look at the orders and say, that's a smart customer, and you get a smile on your face and you throw that together?
This ice cream is made by Friendlies.
Wow. I like it to make a big ziti. I make a big ziti with a lot of cheese, the sauce. Assisted living. Hold on.
Sauce. Did you say sauce? All right. That's a good segue back to the defense, right?
Yeah. How well? Twisted likes Reese's Twirl.
You can't ever go bad Reese's. Reese's is the reason that I'm diabetic. For years. Thank you, sir.
All right. So I stashed novelty bars in the freezer. I got a whole ass ice cream truck. Well, when I come to the hotel to eat, I want ice cream. So what do you think of Quincy Williams? Do you think it's just a fluke, 6 games, and now he's going to like settle down and be Quincy and make mistakes and be okay sometimes? Or do you think this is who he is now? Do you think he's a premier linebacker?
I think he is exactly what this scheme looks for and builds. You know, you look at the Niners with Warner and Greenlaw. They weren't first-round picks. They were guys who, you know, now that our D-line is as good as it is, our linebackers can play free, right? Like our linebackers used to have to pinch and stay tight because they were running the ball down our throats 6-7 yards every play right up the middle. Now our linebackers can play free. So I think it's a domino effect of greatness where the D-line is playing better, and now the linebackers can play free. And he's capitalizing on it. The kid's worked really hard. He's improved. He's gotten faster. He's gotten smarter. He's not taking bad angles anymore. When he gets there, we all know damn well he's finishing and making the hit. I know he missed one because he put his head down and tried for the blow-up hit that all these guys do nowadays, which frustrates the hell out of me as a defensive coach. But I think that he's really on the verge of greatness. And, you know, back-to-back primetime games with the Chargers on Monday night and the Raiders on Sunday night, you're going to see. And then we got Miami on that Black Friday game, and then we got the Browns on Thursday night. There's going to be a lot of the Jets in primetime, you know, down the road. And that's not including the games like against the Bills or the other game against the Dolphins that might get a lot of national exposure. The whole country is going to see how good this kid is. And he is going to make plays and get to the ball and create turnovers and blitz when you need him to blitz and force fumbles and recover fumble. He's everywhere, man. He is really shocked me with the level of growth he's shown over the last couple seasons. I don't think any of us ever expected this. You heard people say, they're just signing him to keep Quinnen happy. He's outplaying Quinnen so far this year.
I mean,
right?
Look, he's been amazing. Quinnen's been amazing too. Quinnen's been great, but I mean, who
Which
cares?
speaks volumes to my statement, right?
Right. Of how good that.
It's not a dig at Quinnen. I hope you or nobody else takes it that way. It's not a dig at Quinnen. It's Quinnen was all pro last year. Quincy's playing like an all-pro, and
Right,
linebackers just get more tackle opportunities,
which is just unbelievable. And it's kind of what they were doing, what they said about Jamie Sherwood originally. Like, it just speaks to the coaching and what Saleh's strength is. He said, you give me a great athlete or whatever, we'll develop them, we'll teach them. It's like a lot of people don't believe it. They're like, if you have to develop them, it's a bust. It's either you are or you're not. You're good or you're not. And they're just proving that. They're saying, no, you can teach somebody. You could take someone with great talent that's not successful, and you could work with them and develop them and teach them the game and develop them into a great player. And that's what Quincy is. He is a guy that was developed by this coaching staff without argument. It happened right in front of our eyes. It's an amazing thing. What's up, Johnny Jimenez?
I'm all jacked up.
I like Mountain Dew too, man. I love that Mountain Dew. I could
Never
suck
had it.
down Mountain Dew all day long.
Never had it.
How could that be? What do you mean you never had it?
I'm not a soda guy. Like, I'm root beer Sprite. That's it. I hate I hate soda.
Dude, Mountain Dew is delicious. Delicious.
Okay.
It's so addictive.
Okay. People say lobster's good. I've never had that.
Oh, you're crazy. But lobster and butter sauce?
I have a shellfish allergy. I have a shellfish allergy, you dipshit.
So who cares? Eat lots of it and make sure you don't have an EpiPen anywhere nearby.
Sneak it in my meal and end this misery for both of us, okay? Sneak it in my meal, let the throat close up, and just let me go away at a MetLife tailgate.
He's saying name that movie.
Let's go. I just drank some Mountain Dew and I'm all jacked up. Yeah, dang, I'll never have it. I'm good. Once in a while, I was telling Jeremy this the other day on my channel. Once in a while, I'll have a Barks root beer, maybe 2 or 3 a year. That's it. That's the only soda that I will say I need to have that if I see it. And I don't go out to eat very much, but if I see a Barks, I will just double my diabetes medicine that night. It's worth it. Barks, carrot cake, and Turkey Hill, the 3 that I named, are things I can't resist. I don't even buy them because I know I'll just die.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Quincy.
Oh, shake and bake. Shake and bake, baby.
Oh,
good
shake
call,
and bake.
Johnny.
Right.
Talladega Nights. Did you see, for those of you that did not see this, since we're mentioning them, Snoop Dogg brought out John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell on stage, and they did Boats and Hoes together live at Snoop Dogg's concert. Go check it out. And they were in the white suits with the blue shirts, too. It's phenomenal. That's my treat to you guys tonight. Jeremy talks food. I give you hip-hop.
Do you think that I think that Sauce Gardner has been unfairly judged? I think because when you have a cornerback who's so good and then people go, if he gives up a pass and everybody shows highlights of it and says, oh, he sucks, that means you're amazing, because other regular cornerbacks, they give up passes all the time. Sauce Gardner gives up one pass and it's all over freaking Twitter. Doesn't that show how good he really is, that it's so hard to find footage of him messing up?
Yeah. And that's the day and age that we live in, right? You know you made it when people point out your every flaw. Look at LeBron.
Yeah.
People point out everything the guy does wrong because he does so much right. So when you look at Sauce getting all this heat, it's because people saw how great he was. And then we knew with Allen and Diggs, Prescott and Lamb, Mahomes, Hurts, with those receivers, he didn't play in that game. But we knew he was going to get challenged more than he did last year. Last year we went up against a lot of average to below average quarterbacks. So, maybe sometimes for players missing a game, being ineligible for a game, and not that he needs it, but even the great ones, maybe you refocus, maybe you rededicate, and maybe you just, that passion that you had gets reignited even more, and it takes you to another level. So, and maybe him and Reed being out together, they push one another, they lean on one another, they both coach each other up, right? Those two coming back and being elite with the schedule that we have and this pass rush that we have, I mean, I think you're going to see multiple games in the second half where we give up 10 points or less. You're going to see several games where teams like Mahomes, Allen had 16, Hurts had 14. You might see some 2 field goal games. I'm predicting 20-6 this week. I'm not even going to wait for the end of the show to say it. I'm saying 20-6. I think they get 2 field goals on us. That's it. I just think you're going to see some games where the Raider game is going to be low. Washington, Atlanta. There's going to be some games where the Jets give up 10 points less, 13 less. It's coming.
I think we're going to get 27 because I see us getting a defensive touchdown.
Okay.
Or a special team, like a big play kind of thing that sets up a free touchdown.
I would love a statement game like that. I would love a 27-6, 17-0, 17-3 at halftime, us being up instead of down like that, and just turn it up in the second half, man.
Mouth watering in the second half.
Yeah, knowing they have to throw with this pass rush, teeing off, absolutely, man.
Yeah. I see it. I see it very possible that the Jets could come and just light them up, just totally light them up.
I never say this. I hope you're right.
Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice
if we could blow them out and we could go shut the haters up?
And then after the Giants, we got the Chargers, and that's the Chargers on paper, and I think before the year they're supposed to be, they're really tough, but they're not when they play. I mean, they're just every year they're disappointing and they're just average. And I think we could make Herbert look really bad. He's our kind of quarterback. He's a pocket passer. He's not a good scrambler. I think we're going to kill that kid.
He likes to throw the ball downfield, which means you got to hold it for longer, which allows us to get there, right? It plays to our strengths.
It plays to our strengths. Yeah, they're not going to have fun against us. Not with Sauce Gardner and Reed back covering their receivers. Allen is tough. I don't care who you got covering him. He's a veteran. He's a tough receiver. But it's not enough. It's not enough. One receiver. Our secondary is too good for one receiver to do that much damage. We can contain anybody. And, I don't think they have the weapons. And that's why I think we can go on a good run. I think we could beat the Giants. We got to be really careful about the defensive line and not fall asleep on that. We have to come in with a game plan designed to get rid of the ball fast and make sure that doesn't become a factor. It's the only thing I'm worried about with the Giants. And then, the Chargers, I just think is a good matchup for us. I think it's a really solid matchup for us. We should win that game. And then I don't see losing to the Raiders. I think the Raiders are crap, and we would have to beat ourselves to lose to the Raiders. I just don't think the Raiders have any kind of talent that could stack up against our talent. We should flat out beat the Raiders handedly. So to me, we have a very good chance of being 6-3. And then I see us, possibly splitting the next 2 games, division games, 7-4. I think we could be an 8-4 team after 12 games. That's my prediction. After 12 games, I could see us being an 8-4 team.
Tracy has a great comment.
What's that?
No safeties or pick sixes in the last game. So disappointing. I could read your emphasis on that. So disappointing. We were getting spoiled with it. I think it's time. We get one. Get one again. I'm with you, Tracy. I love the defense scoring. It changes the percentage of your team winning drastically when you get a special teams or a defensive score. We had a special teams game touchdown in Buffalo, we win. We had the defensive touchdown in Denver, we win.
And it gives you a feeling of dominance. It really does. It gives you this feeling of dominance because it's like, especially if you could accompany it with some good drives from your offense. Like if we could get the ball in the red zone and actually score some touchdowns, and score a couple of touchdowns and be more effective offensively and stack on a touchdown from our defense. That's how you could and get that, 27-6 win. That what you're saying, that feeling of we're not just managing to scrape by and get by in these tight games, but that we could step up there and we could just beat up a team and show that we're one of the good teams in the NFL, that when, that could take advantage of mismatches and just beat them. I would love to go on a run where we just, out of these next 3 games, if 2 of them, we just win easily. Like just easy, solid wins, over by the middle of the third quarter type games. Would love it. And the confidence it would give them because they'd say, okay, we're for real. Because only good teams do that and beat up bad, the middling team.
Yeah. And let's be real. We're 1-10 coming off the bye. We haven't been good off the bye week. Salah said that, they did some self-scouting as coaching. And last year, it was all about player rest. And now they're doing some things differently this year. I think it speaks to our locker room. And for the last 10 years, we haven't had a very good locker room for the most part. We haven't had quarterback talent, and we haven't had a very good locker room. There was constant turnover. There was bringing guys in from other teams. They weren't homegrown. We didn't have a culture. Now we do. And when you look at, Whitehead and Amos are good veterans at the safety position. Reed is an elite leader at cornerback. CJ in the middle. There might not be a better leader on the defense in the NFL. The D-line with Solomon Thomas and Quinnen and others. The offensive line with Tomlinson, even though you might not like his play, he's a great leader. You got Cook, you got Lazard and Cobb. Every room, you got Ruckert and Uzoma. You can knock CJ's play, but he's a very great leader as well. And Michael Carter. I don't see this team coming out sluggish. I don't see them having a letdown. I don't see them. There's too much leadership to let a bad seed or a bad performance or a lack of an effort hurt this team. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You will get called out. You will get pulled out. They are not. They're not effing around anymore, man. It's not the inmates running the asylum. There's a bunch of wardens in this locker room, and they got shit in order. We have the coaching staff and the leadership has our team heading in the right direction. It's full steam ahead. It's the tides have turned, and we're heading in the right direction, my friend. A little plug for the tide has turned.
Tide has turned.
The tide has turned. Tide has turned. Stop looking at me, Tide. So, yeah, man. I don't see us losing to less talented teams. I don't win this game and get ready for a really fun, raucous crowd on Monday night with chaos in attendance, flailing his arms like he's outside of a cheap cell phone store.
Flailing my arms. Where do they sell food in this stadium?
Yeah. Well, do me a favor. Come see me before the game and eat. So that way when you go in the stadium, you can watch the game. I don't leave the seat, man. I dehydrate myself before. Now that I don't drink anymore.
I'm going to not only seek out. I mean, I'm not going to just come to you and like tailgate and eat. I'm going to bring food too. Like I plan on going to a Staten Island bagel shop and because it's an evening game, like in the afternoon, and I'm going to get some bagel sandwiches and bring. I'm going to show up with some bagel sandwich. That I get in one of those Staten Island bagel delis.
Okay.
Do some roast beef, do some just cream cheese. Straight up.
After this game, by next Wednesday, I'll know what everyone's bringing. Our group will text everybody, and we'll figure out what everyone's got on the menu.
I'll bring some more to that. No, I'll definitely get like a dozen bagels for sure.
But wait till you see this, man. Wait till you experience it. I don't know how it looks on television. A lot of the stuff that they do now with the lights and the light shows, like we score a touchdown, they kill the lights during the commercials, and they get these bracelets that light up going with a light show, and they play music, and people are up, and it's wild, man. It's a real fun time there now. They've done a really good job. I know people constantly bitch about the stadium. A night game at home, man, that's a real fun home advantage, man. That's a real fun place to be. That Chiefs game I was at was unlike anything. I couldn't imagine how much fun it was when Gibson returned the punt.
Yeah.
You're gonna see like, holy shit, I've never been to a Jet game like this with the crowd like this. You know, I've said it for years. When the Jets are good, it's one of the best places to be in all of sports, and we're good now.
New York Lane. Yeah, what? Sorry. I was going to answer that question. New York Lane, I remember that's a stop on the Staten Island train, and I remember New York being Staten Island. I'm going to be on Staten Island near Bloomingdale Road. My friend lives all the way out there, not in Tottenville, but way out on the Bloomingdale Road exit, like, you know, where there's a big shopping center with the Wendy's and a Wallbounds, and like he's pretty close to that on one of those streets. So that's where I'm going to be staying, Harlan. I'm going to be out there on Staten Island, but I'm going to be on Saturday when I first get there. I'm going to be hanging out a lot, and I'm doing a food tour kind of thing. I'm going to be bouncing around eating food all over the place. Food.
You're going to be like the ESPN trucks. They're going to have to roll you into the parking lot.
Look at this. I'm getting a request.
That's hysterical, Johnny. That's
$25 for $25 in super chats. I can.
I'll tell you right now. My buddy Glenn and I, his birthday's in September, and mine was last Wednesday. We call each other since 1999. We call each other on each other's birthday, and we sing to each other as Marilyn Monroe. And I will blow your mind with how good of a Marilyn Monroe I can do.
Oh, so then you're the one that should be doing it, not me.
I tell you right now, I have it down pat, and it is elite. I'm patting myself on the back here, but it is very, very good.
I could do Louis Armstrong doing that song, you know, Wonderful World. That's my thing.
It's Giovanni's birthday. Oh, it's your son, Johnny? Happy first birthday, buddy. Happy first birthday.
Giovanni Anthony Jimenez. Happy first birthday. Oh, it's his 1-year-old son's first birthday?
I don't know if you want me singing like Marilyn Monroe to a 1-year-old. We don't want to give them mixed messages in this world, bro.
Well, I'll do it, and then I'll do it, and you'll want to one-up me. You know, so what's his name? Wait a second. His name is Giovanni?
Giovanni.
Okay, Giovanni. Okay. Happy birthday to you. I can't do it.
All right.
I could do it like Ronald Reagan singing it.
Let's dim the lights here for this one, boys and girls.
Well, happy birthday, Giovanni. Happy birthday to you. I'm Ronald Reagan. You know. Okay, go ahead.
All right, here we go. Don't talk. I'm going to close my eyes so I don't look at you because you're going to make me laugh. I usually just do this on his voicemail or on the phone. He laughs the whole time. All right.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Giovanni. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Oh.
What the hell did I just open my eyes to? What the fuck? You don't do that for free on this channel. What the? See, I told you it was too sexy. Kids gonna have mixed signals about who to like in life.
Norm Kraft. Norm Kraft is a
Sure
member.
needs to be offered it.
Norm Kraft. Norm Kraft. He's a member. I have to sometimes do things for the members. It's part of the agreement. Of
Yeah, buddy, you love the members.
Oh, look at this.
Hey, gentlemen. Oh, thank you, Nob. I just want to tell you guys, at the 59-minute mark of this episode, you play that for your wives on their birthday, you're guaranteed boom boom. Happy birthday to your son, Johnny. May God bless him and many more.
Yeah. Happy birthday to the little guy. I wish I could pick him up, give him a little, like play with them, toss them up in the air and catch them. I love doing that stuff. I love playing with little kids like that.
I picture you holding kids.
A little belly slurp.
I could picture you holding a kid like Anthony Jeselnik, the comedian, when he says, "Have you ever dropped a baby?" He's like, "I've never held a baby to completion."
I got an
podcast ever. Thank you, Dom.
I pissed Jocelyn off so bad the other day, and I was going to tell you about this. It was so funny. She comes up to me and she goes, "You have to take the garbage out of the can, in the kitchen, because I have to pull the bag out and seal it and get it outside." I said, "Okay, but I'm not doing it like on your schedule." She goes, "Well, I'm going to do it." I said, "Well, you could do it if you want, but like I'm literally doing something. You can't just come and say, I decided in this second it has to be done or whatever." And she goes, "Well, I need you to pull it out." Because it's got like this metal thing and it's hard to get the bag out of the bin. You have to pull the bin out and you have to really tug at it. And I looked at her when she said that and I said, "What?" And she goes, "You have to pull it out." And I said, "That's what she said." And then she goes, she's mad. So she ignored me and she goes, "You have to come pull it out." And I said, "That's what she said." And then
did she say, "You're not allowed to talk to Nick anymore"?
That's great. It was great. It was so awesome, dude. You would have loved it.
Johnny said his wife just told him to turn the lights off and let's get it on. Hey, make another baby. I'll sing it in a year and 9 months again. But thank you, Nob. Thank you for the contribution to the show. As always, I am your dancing bear. Jeremy is your naked hairy bear. If you have any requests of entertainment that are off the jet topic, then please let us know. Knobcraft with the birthday gift. It's good stuff.
Nobby.
We got 907.
Yeah. Look at this. Jim Pock became a member of the channel. Thank
Boom.
you, Jim Pock.
Look at that. Nick singing equals people joining, bro.
I love it. Thank you for joining the program. I basically don't do anything for my members at all. I'm kind of an asshole, but I highlight the menu, the members. I listen more to members if they make suggestions. All members, I answer emails. jcravat@gmail.com. It's a member. I always reply. Twisted could tell you. I mean, the guy does nothing but insult me and hate me. And if he sends me an email, he's a member. I reply and I talk to him. So all
You're
that
easy to
stuff.
hate, though.
I am easy to hate. I'm a guy you just want to kill.
You have a very punchable face.
Very punchable. I get told that all the time.
And there's no hair to like cover it, so it's like it's a very, very large target to hit.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. All got like, oh, you're one of the people I sent a Star Wars toy to. I still have so many freaking Star Wars toys that I got to get rid of. So if you want more Star Wars toys, Just I'll give some more away. I'll definitely give more Star Wars toys away. I was actually slowed it down because I didn't mind giving away the toys. It was paying for the shipping that was starting to hurt. I was like I was sending out all these toys. It's like $9 a pop, for second day mail.
You want to give one away? We'll do like if we'll give everyone like 10 minutes at every $5 super chat. The guy Tony and Knob are already in. Every $5 super chat for the next 10 minutes, we'll enter people's name in and give one away.
All right, sure.
There you go. Present the toy so people know.
Knobcraft and what's his face is already on the list because I hate doing that to people. Like the people who already did super.
Yeah, they're in. Right.
Yeah.
And then you can either pull it up and you know how to do that, right? You've done that before with the randomizer wheel. All right.
Yeah. All right. If you want to enter for a Star Wars toy, $5 super chat, $10 get you 2 entries. I'm just looking for the box. I don't know. You pretty much name almost any Star Wars character you want, and I'll find it. I mean, like you like Obi-Wan.
Do you have Ricky Bobby?
I don't know who that is.
Oh no, that's.
I have the old school characters.
I'm not a Star Wars guy. Ricky Bobby is from Talladega Nights.
No, I only have I have the old school characters. I even have some Star Trek. I don't know. We'll figure it out before I give it away.
Oh, I could do me, Jar Jar Binks.
Was that
good? Was that good?
I don't know.
Me, Jar Jar Binks.
Me, Jar Jar Binks. Me for hungry. Okay. Boba Fett. Oh, I love Boba Fett. I don't know. I got to look in the box. I love Boba Fett. I love the new Boba Fett show. It's freaking awesome. But I'm not here to advertise for the Disney Channel.
No, they got enough.
Those Star Wars shows are the best.
You got any? I don't even know what that is.
Deep Space Nine, Star Trek toys. I might have Deep Space Nine. Let me look.
Yeah. I don't want to know the type of Deep Space Nine toys that Knobcraft has at his disposal. He's probably got some nice, thick 9-inch deep toys. Yeah, guys, this is where Nick gets phased out. I don't do any like sci-fi movies. Like I'm not big on that stuff. So this is where I am officially bowing out of the conversation until we get back to Jets.
So there you go. Deep Space Nine. It was right on top of the box. This is the guy, Commander Benjamin Sisko. Remember, he's the captain of Deep Space Nine. Benjamin Sisko. And it's in its original box. It's got the Walmart price sticker still on it. I mean, it's brand spanking, it's never been open. So that's what we can give away. That's what I grabbed.
Nerd, Nick. I'm a nerd, but I'm a nerd in my own way. I'm not like the Star Wars, Star Trek. I don't do Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or any of those movies. Like I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. Like I'll do Batman. I'll do the Marvel. Sometimes Marvel. I'll do what is this? Cisco. You want the thong song?
Knobcraft has 4 entries. He has 4 entries already. And Tony Alexia has 1. So he has an 80% chance as of right now to win. So
watch Tony win it. Tony maybe didn't even want it, or even he might not even know about it.
I can imagine Tony saying, the Knicks are up.
Oh, man, I got Celtics -4 as a part of a big parlay.
They were down by 8. I was all sad. They're up 86-84.
Tatum's only got 2 assists. I had Tatum over 6 or more.
The Knicks are for real, baby.
Pass the ball, you jerk off.
Barrett, 23 points. All right. Brunson, he's their star now, man. 5 assists, 13 points, though. He's not having a great day.
Is he?
Randall, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. That's a nice game.
I had Randall over 3 assists. I had Randall over 8.5 rebounds. I need him to make 1 more 3. I had RJ Barrett, who's got 16 points. I need him to get over 17.5. I had the Celtics -4.
The Jets hero was quickly.
Oh, Barrett hit.
Quickly is on fire. 4 out of 5 from the 3-point range. He's got 19 points in 19 minutes, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, all in 19 minutes. Pretty freaking good. Quickly needs to step up. They need to have one of their young guys work out for a change. Oh, DiVincenzo. Vincenzo.
DiVincenzo. Listen, leave the Italian names to me, buddy.
He's 0 for 4. He's not off to a great start.
You just talk about the beat writers and the announcers. I'll talk about the Italian names.
Okay. You're right.
DiVincenzo from Villanova, played for Jay Wright.
Alex Baldwin, he got hurt in scrimmage. Okay.
Nets are down 4. Cam Thomas on the Nets has 31 off the bench.
Cam Thomas. Man, if Knobcraft wins, I'm going to bring this Cisco thing to him in person. Got to wait till January to get your prize. I'm delivering it in person so I can save $9.
Anybody in the chat? I know Twisted will be there. Anyone else in the chat coming to the Charger game next week? We should organize a get together at my spot.
Yeah, who's gonna actually be there at the Chargers game? I was trying to find that out. Like all you hear is I know Ryan and Matt and Green Bean, obviously. Buffalo's not going to be there now, as far as I know. Like, who's going? Is it going to be a bunch of just the panels people that we don't even know and care about? Or is it going to be our people? Is it going to be Knobcraft, Jim Pock, Johnny Jimenez? Anybody we know going to the game? Monday night football?
I met Knob at the
opener, too.
The Chiefs game, right? Or was it Buffalo? It was Buffalo. It was the opener. It was raining.
Oh, I met him at the opener for the Ravens last year.
And he literally walked up with that outfit on. It was fantastic. It was a thing of beauty. 6'5" giant walking around in that outfit was fantastic.
Yeah, I noticed that too. He had the crazy outfit on. It was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Twisted came over. I forgot to get a picture with Twisted. He came over. Tigo was up. He came over. Italy Jet fan. I saw him and Porto at the Kansas City game. It's been cool, man, meeting people that Italy Jet fan was with me the entire. You were too. The draft weekend.
Yeah. I don't know if I got any. I don't think I got any.
If you need me to sing "Happy Birthday" to her, let me know what's up.
Yeah. We'll do it. I'll take my shirt off.
No. I can't believe I opened my eyes to that. Like, the only way it would have been worse is if you would have been behind the computer. Here is my bed a couple feet away. The only way it would have been worse if I opened my eyes and you were there, like, rolling around.
You're going to have to watch the show back because what you opened your eyes to is not more happened before you opened your eyes.
Oh, boy.
There were some other things that went down that you might appreciate, knowing you.
I will. So we've got 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes.
Of what?
And who wanted the giveaway? Wasn't it Jim Pock who wanted the giveaway? Jim Pock, get your entry in.
No, it was all gas.
Oh,
okay.
I thought it was Jim Pock. I'm sorry. Oh, you mentioned him, I think. Brock Purdy may miss Sunday's game. Entered the concussion protocol, started showing signs of concussion on the plane ride home last night.
Wow.
So
Purdy, huh?
Sam Darnold season, baby. He's about to freaking Lou Gehrig him. Wally Pipp gets hurt. Lou Gehrig steps in. Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold and the Jets play each other in the Super Bowl.
I guarantee you, Sam Darnold, if he plays Sunday, will do very well.
Yeah.
He's going to do very well in that system.
Never give a job. That's my prediction. He never gives the job back. He plays so well. He never gives his job back. It's his.
I don't know. Purdy was pretty freaking good for them. So I don't know. He had one bad game, but maybe that's why he had that bad game. Maybe because he got his bell rung, So he threw that pick at the end. But
hey, did we put Brandon Eccles on the short-term IR with his hamstring? Is it 4 games? Did Eccles go short-term?
I don't know. But he must be, because they have not talked about him playing. They only talked about Sauce and Reed. They didn't even mention Eccles. So he must be hurt for real.
I think they put him because he wasn't inactive last game, so I think he's short-term IR.
But
Johnny.
Herb Charles.
Johnny, good call. Good call, Johnny. I did. I said if Sam hits the field and with Shanahan as coach, he'll never give it back.
Wow.
That's my call. Very good remembering that. Thank you. I just don't talk shit. I actually sometimes make sense. Now it's just up to Sam to deliver. And I told you why I'm such a big fan of Sam Darnold, right? When he sang happy birthday to Sophia at the meet and greet his rookie year.
Oh, I didn't know he did that.
I'll send you the video. I had it on Facebook, but Sam Darnold sang happy birthday to Sophia for her 8th birthday. 2018 was his rookie year. My dad passed away in 2018. So her 8th birthday, I Play America in Freehold had a Sam Darnold meet and greet. And you know me, I'm loud, I'm boisterous, I'm yelling. And the announcer is the guy who does like the in-game stuff for the New York Rangers. And I said to him, I go, listen, it's my daughter's birthday. It was the next day. I was like, it's my daughter's birthday. And she loves Sam Darnold. She had her little Darnold jersey on. And I'm like, I need him to sing happy birthday when she gets up there. And Sam was up there and like literally sings happy birthday to Sophia. He was like a little kid, like all excited, singing to her. And I was like, dude, at that moment, I'm like, I'm a fan of yours for life. I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
And on the car ride home, like my daughter didn't say a word for like 15 minutes in the car. And she's like, Daddy, when I was up on the stage there, she's like, I felt like I was floating on air. Like it was the coolest feeling in the world. And me and Nikki look at each other and probably go, holy shit, she's in love. What? No, Dad, no. I don't like guys. I'm never getting married. I look at Nikki and go, oh my God. I go, it's okay, Sophia. If there's ever one guy Daddy will let you marry, it's Sam Darnold. But yeah, me and the kids will always support him. Here, as a Jet fan, I can't stand New England and their damn luck. Who you guys rooting for? I always root for the lower place team to beat the higher place team because it helps us.
I'm rooting for New England, no question. Got to root for New England. Got to. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't hate Miami more than New England. I hate New England more than life. But I got to root for them because Miami is the threat. Miami is the favorite, that we have to knock down. So we have to root for New England.
What's up, GB?
We already beat Buffalo. We already beat Buffalo. We already know that Buffalo has issues. Miami is the scary team. They're the team that we need to lose. We need Miami to lose.
You always root for the lower seeded team to beat the higher seeded team because you plan on rising.
Right. You always assume
you want to gain ground. You don't want to. You want your wins to close the gap. So you want to win against the Giants and Miami lose. You want to close the gap.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you guys right now, quote me, just like Johnny and his little birthday boy are doing right now, and his sexually stimulated wife after hearing me sing. He said it, not me. He said the wife said, "Let's get it on." I'm using his words. I'm not being inappropriate. That was his words, not mine. That I lost my train of thought with that. We are going into Buffalo to play for first place. Quote me. Miami will lose a game. Buffalo will lose a game to Cincinnati. And we will be going in there for first mother effing place.
I would love to play a football game again.
Oh, they have Kansas City. Miami plays Kansas City. That's the game that they're going to lose.
Can you imagine that late in the season being in a game playing for first place? I mean, just to be in the game, just to be getting ready to talking about it all week, all pumped up for the game, just to be in a game where we're saying we're playing for first place and it's like freaking week 12. I mean, are you kidding me? That's going to be so freaking amazing.
How about this, dude? When we're competing for the 1 seed in the conference. How about that?
It's a dream, but I would love it.
Split. All right. Let's worst case scenario in Nick's eyes.
The problem is Kansas City beats us in a tiebreaker because of that fucking referee.
True. Don't forget, you got to. I'll make an announcement and then I'll go on a little rant. If you got to put that wheel together, gentlemen, we show the toy that you're giving away.
Cisco, Captain Cisco of Deep Space Nine, in the
He's
box.
giving away a toy. If you would like an entry, it is a $5 super chat, and you will be entered automatically into the wheel. We'll give you 2 more minutes for all the new people here. Yeah, here's my call. Worst case scenario. By the end of November, after the Miami game, I think that's our last game in November, if I'm correct. I think after that it goes, December 3rd. 7-4. Your New York Jets will be 7-4. Worst case scenario, I believe there is a way we can be 8-3, which would be nuts. Because we talked about 8-3 because that was our record before Brett Favre hurt his arm and didn't tell anyone, and we thought we'd have Aaron Rodgers. If we're 8-3 with Zach Wilson at quarterback, number one, it means we're on a 7-game win streak,
and it means Zach is playing well enough to win 7 games in a row.
Yeah, that's my call. Worst case scenario is we're 7-4. I think there's a chance we could be 8-3 going into December. I think we're going to go on a run here of absolute domination.
I will look and see if I have a Millennium Falcon, but I'll be honest. If I have a Millennium Falcon, that's going to be a special prize, because that's going to be hard for me to part with. So if I have a Millennium Falcon, that's going to be something we have to build up. We got to get more people in the stream, and we have to save it for a special occasion.
You got to promote that. That's got to be a big super chat night to make it worth giving away. I know that. I'm not even a nerd. So, yeah, $5 super chat. You get in, you be entered. Right now, we only have 5 entries, so your odds of winning are good. But yeah, let's just take care of business Sunday.
Frank
You can't
Schultz.
get to the finish line.
Frank Schultz sounds like a guy. I'm guessing Frank Schultz, Staten Island. Huh?
I'm going Hoboken, New Jersey.
Something about Frank Schultz that makes me think Staten Island. You're saying Hoboken, New Jersey?
I'm from the dude, where's my car? Oh, give us the continual transformer. We will banish you to Hoboken, New Jersey.
I would never have a problem with going to Cherry Hill, New Jersey, because that's where there's a White Castle, because I watched the movie, Harold and Kumar. And I know that it's not a lie. There is a White Castle in Cherry Hill. And
it's weird. They're on Route 1, in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and they go all the way down to Cherry Hill. It makes no sense. The logistics of that movie for somebody who knows New Jersey, it's what the fuck are they doing?
When they show the other 2 buddies, the Jewish guys, happily eating the hot dogs, that was the best scene. That was so funny.
I will tell you right now, in my party years, in my party days, I was Doogie Howser.
Oh.
Partying like a madman. That was me, and that was me. Neil Patrick Harris in that movie was me at my worst. I don't want to get into. I don't want to talk or think about somebody being injured.
He stayed healthy.
I want to beat them at their best. I don't want any excuses when we beat them. I'm glad that Ramsey's going to be back. I want to beat them at full strength. I do.
I should get some White Castles. I'd be jealous. I don't have no White Castle here in California, but I will be going to White. I'll be going to that place, White Manna or Manna something in New Jersey. It's a famous hamburger.
White Diamond?
No, there's a famous place, something that has Manna in the name. It's a famous slider place in New Jersey.
Oh, I know what you're going to eat. Manna ass.
No, Tom sees it.
Okay. Oh, there's one up there. There's a White Diamond in Clark, right off the Parkway at 135.
I don't think we're going to White Diamond, but we are going to. We're going to We're going to some famous place to get an Italian hot dog. Do you ever hear of those?
Yeah, there's one up north. I've never been to it, but I know there's a lore about it.
Yeah, here it is. White Manor. It's Jersey City. We're not going to the
Okay.
one in Jersey City, though. We're going to the other location, I think. I think we're going to the other location. And they actually are a little different, according to Dom C. Knobcraft, I never had Crystal. I would love to try it. We have nothing in California. We have In-N-Out Burger in California. That's what we have.
It's crystal meth?
Crystal is a competitor of White Castle.
I know. I watched Breaking Bad. He's trying to convince you to do crystal right here on the show.
I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill, not Cherry Hill. Oh, what is Harlan saying? We still don't know where Frank Schultz is from. Waiting on him. Jeremy, there's a White Castle on Highland Boulevard, not that far from where I live. I've been to that White Castle, Harlan. My friend lives closer to you. My friend lives off Highland Boulevard in the middle where the water, like he's not far from where there's like a pier and you can see the bridge and there's water there. And there was a Ralph Ices not far from there. And like there was a White Castle when we turned to go to his house off of Highland Boulevard. And I always said to him, hey, man, White Castle. When I was like 16, the White Castle opened on Pennsylvania Avenue in Brooklyn, and I was very happy.
Oh, you're going to the one in Hackensack.
We're going to the one in Hackensack. That's right. Because that's the one that Billy Joel sings about. He doesn't sing about the hamburger place, but he mentions Hackensack.
What day are you going
Who needs
there?
a house out in Hackensack? Is that all you get for your money? What?
I don't know why you would even attempt to sing after the phenomenal performance I put on earlier. Why would you degrade yourself? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's the matter with you?
I hear Billy Joel and I get excited. I don't know what to tell you. Let's get this guy.
I remember being a kid and hear about Billy Joel being drunk and driving through like the front of somebody's house out on the island.
Really?
Is that true?
I didn't know that.
I believe he got into. I don't know. Maybe that's the story. That's.
It could happen to anyone.
I know we've gotten off track here with a bunch of side conversations, which I love. But let's get that drawing done, and then we can go into the coaches presser and have the chat. Have their fun. I remember Billy Joel.
No, he might have. So,
2004. Billy Joel crashed his car into home.
Yeah. GVH, do you remember in the 80s when they opened that place? I used to deliver pizza from my friend's restaurant in Starrett City. So I remember if you went to the right on Pennsylvania Avenue. If I took a left off of Flatlands on Pennsylvania Avenue, you went a few blocks and there was a White Castle. And we used to go at like 1 a.m. when my buddy got a car. When we were like 17, I was so excited I was able to go to White Castle. I would tell my friend, I said, as soon as you drive, we're going to go to White Castle. I was all excited. White Castle. And I'll never forget, I ate like freaking 12 of them and I was sick for like a week. I was burping White Castle. So I learned the rule. With White Castle, delicious, no more than 5. And then you fill up on the fries or something else. But don't eat more than 5 White Castle hamburgers unless you really want to punish your body for the next week. But yeah, man, wow, White Castle, so good, so delicious. But I really do want to try the Crystal.
Meth.
Jeremy looks like a more glamorous Billy Joel. You know, it's funny. He shows himself now, Billy Joel. Like he'll look up in the Diamond Vision in Madison Square Garden. The last time I saw him play, he looks up at the screen. He looks at the crowd and he goes, "Oh my God, I'm looking at the screen and I see my father." And that was 8 years ago. So he's 8 years older than that now. He's probably like 71. Like he's old. And it sucks because I grew up on Billy Joel, man. My whole life.
You know what sucks? I'm hitting every leg of this bet except Jason Tatum getting 6+ assists. And the other leg of the bet was the Celtics winning by 4. So now I never root for the Knicks. I'm a notorious Knick hater. Self-loathing, if you will. But, man, I hope the Knicks win. Because if you're not getting me that, I want to lose multiple legs of the bet. You know what I mean? I don't want to lose just one. I had a free $2 bet, and I put Tatum over 26.5. I hit Tatum to get 2 threes. Tatum to get 10 rebounds. He's at 10. Randall 3.5 assists. He's at 7. Julius Randle 2.5 threes. He's at 3. Julius Randle over 8.5 rebounds. He's at 11. RJ Barrett over 17.5 points. He's at 24. Tatum's at 2 assists, and the Celtics are losing. There's the only 2 legs I'm losing on the bet. But more importantly, the best team in all of the boroughs, the Brooklyn Nets, are winning by 3.
Are they like in a rebuild year? Like, what's their story?
They don't have a superstar. They're like the Knicks. They don't have a superstar, so you can't win in this league without a superstar.
Right.
They got nice role players. They got Dinwiddie. They got Bridge. They got Claxton. They got Cam Johnson. Ben Simmons has played. He's got 9 assists, 9 rebounds, only 2 points. Cam Thomas off the bench, 35. Darius Finney, 10 points off the bench. D. Smith, who Dennis Smith Jr., who they got, he's got 10 points off the bench. They got all good role players. And the reason they can't win a big game is or a close game, because they don't have a go-to guy to get them a bucket in the final 3 minutes. And the NBA is all about giving it to your superstar to get points in the final 3 minutes of a game. And they just don't have that guy.
Yeah. What happened to Frankie from Flatbush? Frankie started his channel during the pandemic when he was working from home and then had to go back into work. And then I think they may have made some other changes, and it gave him a choice. And it was either pay my rent and go back to my, and focus on my regular job, or still have fun doing the YouTube thing, but eventually have an eviction notice and be Frankie from the dark alley living in a box.
I've been there. Evictions suck. He made a good choice.
Yeah. So
good for him. Smart move.
So that's pretty much the answer to that question. He had to focus on his job and everything like that. I can't answer why he doesn't come on this show or pop onto Green Bean show. Like, I don't know why he completely cut the cord. So I can't.
Sometimes that's easier. Sometimes that's easier, right? Like,
yeah.
It's a tease if you do a show and then you can't fully commit. It's like all or nothing, right? It's like that mentality.
Possibly, yeah. I thought another thing could be, I don't know, who knows? I got to tell you guys, I mean, none of you here, because everyone here is awesome, obviously. But I'm going to tell you something really, something true about doing the YouTube content creator stuff and going live and doing these shows and everything. Especially when Frankie was doing it with Green Bean, so there was tons of people watching and everything. And then his channel was getting pretty popular. But believe it or not, there are some real fucking assholes out there. Like, real fucking assholes.
Dude, I'm right here.
No. I'm talking about people who say and do really shitty things. Because whatever reason they have, they're a hater, their own life is fucked up. And you have to have a certain amount, like, it happens. Like, people will be really mean. They'll say shit. They'll criticize you. They'll just say hurtful things. And I don't think Frankie liked that part of it either. Like, I think every once in a while there was some, people would say nasty shit. And I don't think that sat well with him, especially because, we do this for basically nothing, and, we're all busting our ass. So when you bust your ass and then people are shitting on you, eventually you just say, screw it. I'm not going to do it anymore. So, I think that's, I just think that could be part of it too, because I know it bothers him a lot when people, do the shit that they do. And the only reason I bring it up now is just for all of you to know. If you don't like another content provider, if there's someone you don't like, just don't watch them, but don't give them shit. Don't leave nasty comments on their freaking videos. Like, it's fucked up. It's like really messed up because people, putting their time into it, and there's just no benefit to it. Like, it's just hurting somebody for no reason. There's just no reason to do it. So
the internet is an awful place.
It's an awful place. It's like you're going to a real person who's just trying to hang out and do something they like, and then they have to have people be nasty and mean to them. So, I feel bad that if that's what it is. I hope that's not what it is, but I kind of think that partly it may have been that somebody kind of shit on him a little bit. You know.
Yeah, no, it definitely sucks. I'm a burn everything to the ground type of person, so if anybody ever tried that, I would. I'm a bad guy to do that, dude. The old Nick would show up again. That's not a fun Nick to be around.
I know. I try to ignore it now, but in the beginning, when someone would write something mean or nasty as a comment or something, I would fucking go right for the jugular. I'd be like, "I hope your mother dies of cancer," you know. So, dude, I go right fucking for the jugular. And now I learn
the views expressed by Jeremy are not those of Nick.
I just realized there's no way to do this and get more subscribers and have your video go to 2,000 people. Like when I have a video hit 2,000 views, you have to know there's going to be somebody that writes mean shit in the comments. Like it's just the internet. If you look at any video that has thousands of views, read through the comments. Eventually, you'll find some asshole who has to insult somebody. Like it's just I don't know what it is about our world. People just need to try to hurt other people. So it just is what it is. So I try to ignore it now. I hang on my friends, like guys like Eminon and Jim Bach and Knobcraft and, all you guys, Twisted. Like I just, there's good people out there. And I just focus on, Harlan. I just focus on the people, those of you that watch the show and say that you like it, and that's it. And then the people who don't like it, they can say whatever they want and whatever, go and live their life, if that makes them feel better about themselves to put
Just
me
live
down.
your life.
But if you put down Nick's kid, I'll come with the sawed-off shotgun and I'll blow your fucking head off.
No need to. He'll do it. He's our muscle now, dude. I know you think I'm yours, but he's mine. I did on my birthday with the foot. I'm walking. I'm good. I'm in therapy for the knee. But I told him, I'm like, "Oh, let's go, bro. I still got it." I go, "But we're going to start off laying on the ground. I'm not taking you from up here and slamming you to the ground." And his mom's got a wood floor. I put him right through the floor. So we laid on the ground, and I grappled with him, and I put him in a lock, and I had him where his arm was pinned. And I was like tickling his neck, and I had him locked here. Like, "Oh, the bad little baby kid, you know, big crippled daddy got you beaten up." And then he's like, "Dude, stop! I'm gonna pee." And when he was a kid, I tickled him so bad one time, he actually peed everywhere, like squirting through the sweatpants. How bad the kid peed. So now he knows to just say it, and I'm gonna let go because I don't want to get peed on again.
Yeah.
Services that Knobcraft will pay for.
Jinpak, I will definitely the next time I text them, because I do send them check-in texts. The next time I text them, I'll say Jinpak was asking about you. I promise. So Stacks, my virgin ears. Sorry, Eminon, I didn't mean to offend you. I know you're from Utah and all that. And, sorry about that.
Nonsense. The crap that me and him send each other on Instagram DMs. He's good, bro. He's made of steel.
Wait.
Don't fall for that.
I got that wrong. I think he's from like Vegas. So it's like, what are you talking about?
I think Dark Soldier's from Utah.
Twisted is saying wheel. He Twisted is saying wheel.
Oh yeah, hit the wheel, and then we'll take the questions. We haven't gotten to that yet. We've been on a little bit of a. I think it's my fault for not sending the time, the agenda, the format for the show.
I don't have the wheel. Do you have the wheel?
You were supposed to put the wheel together, you dumbass, for the giveaway.
I don't know that site or anything. I don't know anything about a wheel.
All right, I'll do it on my phone. Hold on. Go ahead. Go on one of your food tangents.
What the fuck is he talking about? A wheel? I don't know what he's talking about.
Anyway. The giveaway.
Anyway, I'm very excited that
it's hard to find good. Everyone, I apologize. It's hard to find good help these days.
Buffalo is playing Tampa Bay tomorrow, and I'm going all in on Stephon Diggs for a game parlay. I'm going to take Diggs getting 110 plus yards, Diggs getting 2 touchdowns. I have to throw something in to make the odds bigger because I'm greedy and I never win because I'm so greedy. I always have to make it like big odds. So I'm going to find some hard, impossible thing that's not going to happen, and then I'll lose anyway. But I'm definitely going to base it around Stephon Diggs.
All right. So here comes the wheel. I'll give you have 1 minute A $5 super chat will get you onto the wheel. We have 5 entries on there now. Jeremy, show the toy one last time, and then we can run this.
Show my what? No, the last time.
Show your toy.
My toy.
Show
That's
show
what
your
she
toy.
said. That's what she said.
Tigo, what are you talking about? My bet might hit. He's got a bunch of assists. Oh, he's at. No, I need Tatum to get 6 assists. He's at 4.
Well, you never know. He
And
can
there's-
get 2 assists, can he?
Overtime would help, right? Overtime would help me, Tigo. Keep me
Oh,
posted.
we're losing now? Come on.
They're down 3. They're down 3 with 49 seconds left.
You got to be able to score in the final 2 minutes, guys. You're up 100-95. Come on. Ridiculous.
All right. 30 seconds left. A $5 super chat gets you entered into Jeremy sending you toys for the boys. Let's make some noise and beat the Giants. This Johnny, I saw in the first quarter, Randall was like 1 of 7 from the field. I texted my buddy who's a big Knicks fan, and I was like, I see Randall still in playoff form, huh?
Hey, but the Knicks are playing, they're going toe-to-toe with a team that's like favored to win the East, or like compete for the East. Denver's the best fucking team in the East, though.
All right. 10 seconds left, and then we're going to spin the wheel if anyone wants in.
10 seconds left. Oh, I thought you were talking about the game here.
Hold
48.
on. We got a Jet tweet that just came in. What is this? And then I'll get to it.
Cisco from Deep Space Nine.
What did it say? Where's the Jets? Randall Cobb didn't practice. Sauce Gardner was full. Brandon Nichols was full. Jermaine Johnson was full. So Sauce should get cleared tomorrow if he went through a full practice today.
Yes.
Brandon Nichols was full, which is a nice surprise.
Wow.
Jermaine Johnson's foot was full practice.
And what
Joe
about Reed?
Tittman didn't. I'm going through them all.
Okay.
Fuck, let me calm down. Calm the fuck down, bro. Let me fucking read.
I have no arms.
Joe Tittman did not practice. Becton was limited with his knee. I think they're just giving him extra days off. And Randall Cobb did not practice Wednesday because of his shoulder.
He sucks.
Reed is not on there. Reed is not mentioned. This is from the NFL News Roundup. That mean I don't know what to mean with that with Reed. Maybe I don't know. We'll hear tomorrow from Salah.
Reed is more likely to come back than Sauce. So if Sauce played, then I think Reed's fine.
Yeah, but also there's different levels to it, right? Depending on the person, how hard you get hit. It's your first, second. All right, I'm going to spin the wheel. We have Tony on there, and then we have Knob, Blob, Slob, and Job, because I didn't want to type his name 4 times, so I just wrote things that rhymed. And we are spinning. Can you see this?
Yeah. I can see it. Whose name is that?
Knob.
Okay, so Knob, you win Captain Cisco of Deep Space Nine. I will deliver it to you. I'll be there on January 25th-ish. I'm going to be there January 25th. I'll get a hold of you then. And it's about time I come to the hotel and meet up with you there.
Wait, I'm going to get a hold of you, and I'm going to come meet you at a hotel? What's going on? That sounds like
in the restaurant.
Toy. That sounds like that's not the last toy that we're going to see that day, huh?
He works in the restaurant. So I'll deliver the Cisco.
2023, bro. You be you. No judgment. You be you.
Maybe
all right.
You make me some spaghetti carbonara. Mm-hmm. Hey. Okay.
All right. Here we go. This is the chat's time to shine. Pun intended. You notice that I look like the guy below me. Jeremy looks like the guy below him without the muscles or the tan or the charisma or the passion or the excitement or any good qualities that Coach has.
No good qualities. No good qualities.
Literally, dude, we could be twins. Nothing? The white beard?
Any questions?
throw your questions in. Please put a question mark after it, just so when I'm scanning all the comments in the chat, because I know you guys go through side conversations as well, which is fine. We love that you guys love one another.
I
But
think
just make it
Tigo
easier
has
for
a
us to see.
question. Tigo has a question.
I'm looking. Oh, it took me.
Oh,
God
we
damn you.
outdid each other. Colin said
God.
Cobb doesn't practice Wednesday because of Dave.
Sorry. And Becton will be limited. Yeah. I kind of said that as reading it. They're going to get those extra days off to heal and to mend.
That's why
Becton keeps playing, man. I can't wait to see Becton with Thibodeau. I can't. I'm excited.
Because Tigo, let me tell you why. Cobb is a veteran, so they want to give him like more rest and everything. And Becton is coming off 2 years of a knee injury. So they want to they've been taking it easy with him and giving him like limited practices. Yeah. And that's why. So don't worry about it. Becton's okay, Tigo. No. You don't have to worry about it.
No, I don't think he's worried. I think less is more, right? Less is more with Becton. We want Becton to get on the field on Sunday.
I do want to say that I think
I'm ripped too. I got my toe ripped off.
I do want to say, and I said it in the beginning of the show, and I'll say it again. I wasn't worried. I was giving him. He doesn't realize that I know that. I was just fucking with him. He doesn't get it. What I was trying to say before about the now I lost my train of thought. Tippmann. The Tippmann thing is good news. The fact that they're talking about whether or not Tippmann will play or not, even if he doesn't play, it's good news. I mean, I don't know about any of you, but like for the last couple of weeks, we are under the impression that Tippmann could miss 10 weeks or something, like significant time. If he only misses the Giant game and then he's back for the Chargers, that's freaking great news. That means he's coming back a lot faster than we all thought. And we should freaking celebrate that because that's an important piece. That guy Schweitzer sucks. He was horrible. If we get Tippmann back, oh, that's so good. And guess what? Max Mitchell struggled a little with pass block, but run protection was amazing. He was great, and he's much better than he was in camp. So good for Mitchell.
Oh man, are you turning into the teacher from South Park?
Why, does he cough a lot?
No, Mrs. Chokes on Dick. Remember her with the long saggies?
Yeah, oh, that's right.
Sorry, but when you coughed
that, guys, remember when Mitchell was drafted, nobody knew who he was. Nobody talked about him in camp. Nobody knew who he was in college. Nobody knew anything about Max Mitchell except me. And I said, Max Mitchell, even though he could probably use a year to develop and get stronger, might actually be ready to come in year one and play well. And then lo and behold, injuries, he comes in, and I was right. No one else knew it. No one else even knew who Max Mitchell was. No one ever saw him take a rep in college, and I called it. He's my guy, and now he looks much better after the camp. He was recovering, the blood clots. Now he's looking better, and he's coming through for us. And with Tippmann, it's going to be good stuff.
I'll take this to start if you want.
Tigo,
all gas, no gaze.
I gave you the link. No, go ahead.
I hear that Becton is good.
Sorry.
I can only imagine how hyper you are.
Cutting you off.
I can only imagine how fucking hyper you are with a Mountain Dew. Jesus. So all gas, no gay says, I hear that Becton is good from some content guys and not so good from others, which is closer to the truth. Son, I'm doing a show with Uncle Jeremy.
I gotta go to sleep because I have to go to the game. I have to go to the game tomorrow, so I'm only gonna get like 5 hours of sleep tomorrow.
I'll call you back. Give me 5 minutes. Love you. Here's the truth about Becton, and I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. And some people may disagree with this. I'm going to tell you bullet point facts about Becton. Becton is a physical force. He's an outstanding physical specimen. If he gets his hands on you, or he blocks at you, He can knock anyone's ass to the ground. I still don't think he's 100% with his mobility. I still don't think he's 100% competent with his knee. I still don't think that he is anywhere near his best. Missing a full 2 years is rough. So the best thing about Becton this year is that he's getting out there every single Sunday, and he has the opportunity to grow. He has the opportunity to improve. I think your question has a lot of people who are all or nothing. He sucks. He's great. He's going to be an all-pro. You got to let guys develop. You got to let guys grow. The guy didn't play a meaningful football game in 24 months. The home opener against Buffalo was the first time he ever played a game against front of fans in the NFL at home. So you got to let him develop still. He's not a finished product. He's still learning the position. They played some games with him, moving him from left and right. So I think there's still – the book isn't finished on Becton. I don't think you can put a label on him because he's not a finished product yet.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And the other thing to focus on is he's gotten better as each game because he had like 5 pancake blocks against the Eagles. He's still getting beat a little bit and adjusting to the speed of the game in pass pro, but he's clearly getting better. He's clearly looking more like himself. He's certainly doing it in the run game. I mean, it's been 6 games. Give the guy a minute. You're right. He hasn't played in 2 years. He's 6 games in. Give him a minute. And he's getting better. If he was getting worse, that would be something. But he's not. He's progressing. He's getting better. And with that said, I think Tigo had something to say. Tigo, you want to say something about wanting to kill me? What did I?
We're officially fighting now.
Before you go on a rant, hold on. As I know you're long-winded. Celtics win by 4, so I lost that, and he didn't get the assist. I'd rather lose 2 legs of a bet than just 1. Right. So I'm kind of happy. And Julius Randle still sucks in clutch time.
I thought he was going to get it because towards the end, he was getting double teamed, and Porzingis was out, and he hit him like twice, and he just missed 2 threes like back to back. So I thought if he would have hit those 2, or if they would have kept it going. But I think what you guys said about Mekhi Becton, I think the answer, just to answer this comment, is somewhere in the middle. He's just inconsistent right now. You have one game where he's doing really, really good things, and then you have another game where he's doing really, really bad things, and then you have one game where he's doing really, really good things, and then another game where and it's just
I don't think it's game to game. Right
I think it is
play to play. I think there's plays where he looks great, and then if you have a speed rusher, that's a trouble. That's a problem for him. But if he gets his hands on you and punches those speed rushers, they drop to the ground like a sack of potatoes.
Yep. Again, but we knew that coming out of college for him. Yeah, we knew that was going to be that was going to be his issue coming out of college, was that like you're not going to win the bull rush against Mekhi Becton because you're just not. You're not stronger than he is. Even with a messed up knee, you're just not getting through him. And so it's what we saw all camp, right? He was practicing with the second team. And how many times did we see tweets of just got beat by Bryce Huff? Like Trent Williams is getting beat by Bryce Huff probably, but like still, like that's the point is, yeah, he's bad against speed rushers. And a lot of the teams that we have faced have really, really effective speed rushers. The good thing is that the back half of our schedule gets a lot easier. We're not going to face another top 10 defense really this year outside of Buffalo, I believe. I'd have to relook at our schedule and make sure, but 5 of the 6 teams that we faced all have defenses that rank in the top 10. So outside of Buffalo and New England, we should be much easier there. But yeah.
What do you think of Max Mitchell?
We're fighting. That's it. I pounded the table for Max. I said the kid should start year 1, and now you're hopping on my train of pro Max Mitchell. Even when you guys didn't believe this offseason, I believed. I had no reason to believe. It was hard to believe. It was hard to believe during preseason and during camp, but I believed.
You stayed with him.
He stunk so badly. And I was like, no, I have to stay with him. But hey, it paid off. He got his shot, and he's not that bad.
He's not.
He might even be called good.
I thought, considering it was against the Eagles, I thought he was good. I thought, obviously, they're going to be plays where you get beat. You're playing, a Super Bowl team defense. I mean, it's like a great defense. So everybody's going to get beat sometimes. But he is one of the unnamed guys, heroes of that game, because he came in as a backup. We lost AVT, and nobody talked about it. But the reason we were able to stay in that game, the reason we were able to compete with them and hold on to the ball and sustain drives was because he was able to come in as a backup tackle against one of the best defenses in the NFL and hold his own and play decently. And that's something to be said.
He wasn't actively being a problem consistently. And that's like, for a guy like Max Mitchell, who I heard from his dad, who I met at the home opener, which was awesome. Like, he's still not 100%. Right. He's still not 100%. He's still dealing with getting back to fully healthy with the blood clot thing and getting used to his new knee. People forget he also had a knee injury, right? The blood clots weren't the only reason his season ended. He also had a knee injury. So it's just like, yeah.
Yeah. And for people who don't know, when you have a blood clot issue, it's not like they treat the blood clot and then you get to go on and work out full on again. It's a long process where you have to go very slowly and very carefully. So he was probably on very limited exercise. Like after, it's a very slow rehab where it's like, okay, you're allowed to walk a mile, and you have to monitor your heart. And so can you imagine how out of shape he must have got, having to be so limited by keeping his heart rate low and not exercising? I mean, it's the exact opposite of what an athlete needs to do.
Especially one that needed to put on weight. Remember, the biggest concern that I had, and the biggest concern that a lot of people had about Max Mitchell, is that he was maybe 15 or 20 pounds shy of being where you really need to be for a starting offensive tackle in the NFL. And to have that progress that he was putting on weight during the season completely halted because he just couldn't play, he couldn't exercise, couldn't do anything. So there's a lot of, I still believe Max is going to be a tackle for this football team long term, whether that's, we don't sign Becton in the offseason and we move Vera Tucker to the left side, or you put Vera Tucker back at right guard and Tippmann goes to center. And now whatever the answers may be, and we're 10 weeks too soon to be thinking about those things, I still think Max has a big role on this team moving forward. And I also think that if Carter Warren can get back to 100%, I think he can also have that role. A role as a swing tackle or something like that.
Let's go. 5, 4.
You're not muted.
No, you got to get a better shot than that, you dumb idiot.
Which team did this guy go to? This Wamba?
I was watching I thought I hit mute. I was watching the Nets game. Number one, we should sign Donovan Mitchell as a tackle, because the last 3-pointer that he hit, he shoulder blocked the guy, knocked him to the ground, stepped back and hit an open 3. And then Cam Thomas hit like a fadeaway, tried to hit a fadeaway 3 out of bounds. All right, the Nets season's over. That was fun. Back to the Jets.
Where did he go, Tigo?
The Spurs. The only reason I know that is because I'm a Mavs fan and I have that game right here. And so I just saw him hit that 3-pointer.
Wow.
You're a Mavs fan, huh?
I am. Let me correct that. I'm a Doncic fan, and he currently plays for the Mavs.
All right, that's fair.
Man, the freaking Sacramento Kings could have had him, and they didn't. Those more stupid.
I would have been a Kings fan.
All they had to do was take him. I was screaming it. Please take him. It's like, no, they take the kid from Phoenix. From Arizona. I'm sorry, Arizona University. I was freaking annoying.
Who'd they take over him?
What's his name? The guy from Arizona, the center. He's gone already. I think they traded him or something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like he's some big guy. He was like, that was the year that, what's his face, the guy from Phoenix, the center from Phoenix was drafted.
The Suns took DeAndre Ayton first. The Kings took Marvin Bagley the third.
From Duke?
Second from Duke.
Never drafted Duke player.
He was a bust.
And then the Hawks took Doncic and the Mavs took Young, and they traded, obviously.
That was it. They took Bagley. And I was like, he's going to be a bust. He's going to be a bust. And he was a bust. I thought he'd be like a 10, 12 rebound guy, score 15 points a game. He wasn't even that, barely. And the point is that Doncic was already winning championships in Europe, man. He was already hitting clutch shots. He was proven.
Versus men.
Huh?
Versus grown men.
Yeah, against grown men.
As like a 13-year-old.
Yeah. He already they didn't recognize the same. It was the same thing with Jordan. They didn't recognize you have to look at people who are different. Like when you're 19 and you're hitting shots like that in the final seconds and sinking it all, nothing but net, like that's special. Like he has a special. They're so stupid for not taking him. It just annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah, he played for Real Madrid, and I'm a Real Madrid fan, so I like Doncic.
Nice.
Real Madrid has
the same
basketball
club?
too?
Yeah, is it the same club that has basketball and soccer?
Yeah, they're a soccer club that has a charity that they play basketball under. It's a tax write-off, but yeah, they have they in the Euro League. They have a team. He played for that team. I have since I was a little kid have been I've been a fan of the soccer team. You know, I've got 4 jerseys in that closet. Real Madrid.
Ronaldo. Do you have Ronaldo?
I do not. I couldn't get myself. I am half Brazilian and he is Portuguese, and you got to hate the motherland. So I can't, even though I loved him while he was in white, I could not put a Portuguese man on my back at all. Couldn't happen. Couldn't happen.
Sounds like a wild night in Miami Beach.
Oh yeah.
Who's the other guy that played along? Like 10 years ago, for a bunch of years, they played side by side. Who's the other forward that played with him?
Kareem Benzema?
No, it was a different guy. What was his name? I
threw out the one name that I know that's not Messi. I threw out a name
like 2013, 2014, 2015. There's another forward that played next to Ronaldo, like another scorer. I'm forgetting his name.
Was the only guy that played up top with him, from my memory, that was a consistent was Kareem Benzema, the Frenchman. But there was a lot of people that rotated in and out.
Team? On the national team?
No. On the club team. The club team.
Okay. I don't know.
The club team.
Like again, you had Di Maria who was there, but he left. You had Ozil, but he left.
What was his name? Ozil?
He was a midfielder. There was Angel Di Maria, Mesut Ozil. I'm just trying to think. Luka Modric.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'll figure it out.
Tony Cruz, Gareth Bale.
Yes,
he plays in LA right now.
Yeah, that's the one. Bale.
Oh yeah, Bale wasn't very. I was really excited for Bale when we signed him. I have 2 Bale jerseys in my closet right there. He just never amounted to anything. He was wildly disappointing, unfortunately. He had like a couple of really good highlight plays, but he wasn't anything happening. And January, all gas, no break. He goes to Real in January.
What's that name, Tigo?
All gas,
no gas. Ah,
I stopped reading because I read the question. All gas, no gas. I think he goes to Real in January.
I did the same thing earlier.
Where is Kyrie now, by the way? I didn't even, because I haven't paid attention.
Kyrie Irving?
Dallas, right?
Yeah, he's in Dallas.
Oh my god.
He has the ball right now.
Is he injured already?
I think that was him. I think he just hit a corner 3.
Something's gonna make him mad or like mess with his head, and he's gonna.
That was not Kyrie. I am incredibly racist.
He's playing though. He is playing.
I saw him earlier. I saw the one.
Kleber hit the 3.
No, yo, I'm not gonna confuse a white guy with Kyrie, right?
Hardaway's got 2.
Yeah.
Hardaway's got 2 threes already.
Yeah, it was Hardaway. I saw 1, and then his jersey was kind of like whatever, so the 0 looked like another 1, and I'm pretty sure Kyrie wears 11.
He's got 2 minutes played, Hardaway, and he's got 2 threes already.
Look at Doncic, 7 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. He's so versatile. He does everything.
He really, dude.
Love guys.
He's an all-star.
He doesn't give the ball up. He does not give the ball up.
What the hell is?
What do you mean?
What is Hardaway Jr. doing?
I saw something when Doncic got knocked out of the playoffs. Like 2 weeks later, he went on like this crazy workout weight loss like thing. Yeah. How's he look? Because that was a knock on him, right? He was kind of like the point guard version of Jokic. He had like the big slothy body.
I don't know if he looks any different. Like The problem is that you can't really tell because the jerseys are so loose, you know? So I can't tell what's underneath because like I'm not watching, like it's the first game of the season and I don't tend to care about basketball until like 40 games in.
My shirt's baggy and loose. You had judgment on me right away.
No, I did not have judgment on you. What I said was Ulbrich purposely wears extra small clothing to show off him being ripped up, you know? He's true. He goes to the
when I was 90 pounds heavier, all my clothing was tight too, because I drew a line and said I'm not buying bigger clothes. I have to lose weight, or that's it. That belly's gonna be out all the time.
You know, he goes to the equipment personnel and he asks, smaller. And they come back with like a triple XL and he just goes, smaller. It's him and Salah are competing to who can get the tightest shirt, man.
Salah on the golf course with that polo shirt with the veins popping.
Three sizes too small? Come on, man.
Like the Muslim Ultimate Warrior. Holy shit, man. That fucking vein running down his bicep. Holy shit.
Oh, he looked
started in his forehead.
That golf shirt was pinching his arm so tight that you could run. That was the Lincoln Tunnel running down his bicep, that vein.
Oh, my God.
It's so crazy.
Oh, I know we're off topic here, but we're having fun. My favorite thing about Jokes, he looks like he wakes up at 3 in the afternoon, eats some ring dings, has a pregame root beer. My favorite thing about him, he doesn't play the game because he loves it. He plays the game because it's his job. Right?
Yes.
Yes. Like if you're an accountant, you're good with numbers. You don't go home and want to like still do math. Like we're fans of sports. We love sports. We all want to believe that the people who play it love it like we do watching it. And I love that even the press conference, they win a title. Winners parade? No, I have to go home. Like he don't even want to be there. And then
it's his job. That is the best explanation. Dude,
it's a job.
He doesn't even play basketball. He's not even playing basketball because he's good at it. It's because, like, what else do you do that big?
It's because he saved his family, right? Like, he saved his family. That's it.
Saved his family.
It's a pay. It's an incredibly good paycheck, but like the thing is it doesn't stop his work ethic, like at all. And it's just that Eastern European work ethic that comes from being out there. It's just you.
But why
you
does
take
anyone
pride?
shocked?
Yeah, you take pride in what you do.
How many of us come home and be like, oh, I love my job. I can't wait to get back there and do it tomorrow. It's like bullshit. We love sports, and we want to think that the guys who play it love it like we do. And I love that he's like, fuck it. I'm here to play. Like I didn't work on nothing. I'm here. I'll do what I have to do, and then I'll go home.
Has a corn dog on the sideline, but between
practice,
shifts.
What are you looking at? Oh, I'm scouting horses. Like he's not watching film. He's looking at a horse that he wants to buy because he's got like 8 or 9 of them already.
When he looked at his assistant, when they said that, said, you know, they mentioned the parade, and he looked at his assistant.
Yeah,
and confirmed you're not going home tomorrow. Yeah. Did you see his face? Like his face, he was like great. An 8-year-old. He was like an 8-year-old. So
he was disappointed.
Saying, Mommy's not cooking tonight.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, you know, you can't have ice cream. We're out. What do you mean we're out?
Go buy some. Go buy more.
When did ice cream go out? Thursday? No, we need more ice cream.
No,
guys, I gotta wrap it up.
Yeah,
we gotta wrap it up. I wanna thanks for stopping on, Higo.
Had to defend
I saw you in there. I said that to get you to come in. I said I'm gonna get this guy to jump into this stream.
I would have done it if you sent me the right link.
I know I sent the wrong link. But before we go, predictions. I've said it. I'm sticking to what my score is: 27-6. Jets beat the Giants.
Wow.
I'm going 20-6. The Jets win. I think this is a game where we just dominate the trenches. We dominate from the get-go. I don't see them having much success moving the ball. I don't see them as good of a veteran Tyrod Taylor is. I think their offensive line is going to just get annihilated. And I think that you see the game that we've wanted to see. We haven't seen it since Buffalo when we had the 5 sacks. We'd had none against Dallas. Like, they were getting the ball out quick. I don't think they have the receivers or the skill set to do that. They want to hold the ball. They want to chuck it down the Hyatt, down the sideline, and they want to throw the deep crossing route to Waller as a tight end. That's what I got from watching them play last week. And Washington couldn't get home. We're going to get home, and we're going to be disruptive. And I think it's a bad day for the Giants, and I'm looking forward to Jet Life Stadium rocking at 50% green on Sunday. I think this is a message where we send, and it could be an uglier score. I think this is a game where we really, really show the world, hey, we're a team to be taken seriously, and we're on a 3-game win streak, and not many teams are after this week. So, go Jets.
Yeah.
Tigo, what are you thinking?
I have a very similar score line to yours, Nick. I have 20-9, the good guys. I think Saquon Barkley is still a threat, and we're still gonna. You have to respect Jalen Hyatt's speed, and they have a lot of speed on the outside, but they don't have a lot of talent on the outside. And so you gotta respect that speed, and it creates space for Saquon. That space goes away the closer you get to the end zone, but I don't think that they're going to get into the end zone against us. And I think you said it perfectly. The one concern that I have, and I mentioned this in my video, is historically Robert Saleh led New York Jets teams tend to struggle post-bye. And so we're hoping that we can not do that, obviously. And the Giants' defensive game plan is exactly what the New York Jets, specifically Zach Wilson, struggles with, which is handling the blitz and handling pressure, which the Giants are doing relatively successfully this year, because the only unit that they have that matters even a little bit is the defensive line, and that's because Dexter Lawrence is insane.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Well, that'll be doing it. Hopefully the Jets will get the win. I see a lot of people out there in the chat believe that the Jets are going to get the win. We will find out on Sunday. I'll be on Green Bean Jets Fan doing the game reaction with Green Bean, and look forward to that. That'll be a lot of fun. And
it blows my mind. Like, I'm not a walker. You know that. I try not to walk, but man, if I had a Fitbit on me during the game and how much I get up and just pace and move, like I couldn't sit.
I pace.
I couldn't sit.
Pace, man.
Oh yeah, I'm behind the couch.
I walk back and forth.
God bless you guys for doing that, man. I know how much you love it, and I know it's fun, and you get big watch numbers. But I'm a lunatic. I can't sit still, and like I couldn't sit and podcast during a game. I think it's awesome that you guys do it.
It actually keeps me calm and helps my blood pressure, because if not, I get into fights with my wife because I'm throwing things in my house and I'm screaming, and Green Bean doesn't let me do that shit, and people are watching.
Hey, you like throwing things. Why don't you throw the goddamn garbage out when she tells you?
All right, thanks, guys. Talking Jets with Tigo. Proud New York Jets fans. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? You're not doing it right. Get your ass there and subscribe. And we'll see y'all soon. I'm going to try to do I'm going to try to do a rant pretty soon too. And I'm sorry, I will be back tomorrow night after Green Bean Show, after the Thursday thick of it. I'm going to be with a Giant fan doing a game preview with a Giant fan. It's a guy, Tommy, that I think Dom C met when he was at the Senior Bowl, and he's a Giants insider or whatever. And we're going to do a preview tomorrow at 10:00 p.m. Eastern. Nice. So if you want to see that, make sure you tune in for that.
And my channel, keep an eye out for Friday when injury reports come out. When if they clear anyone, if anyone gets ruled out, we may pop on Friday. But other than that, I'll see you Victory Monday, 12:00 Mondays. Victory Monday. We're hoping for our 4th straight Victory Monday in a row, because we did one this week when the Dolphins and Bills lost, because that's a win for us, baby.
I still can't believe that stuff happened.
Enjoy the weekend. Jets. Everyone, thank you for watching. Jeremy sucks.
Be loud. Be
proud. New York Jets fans.
And now, welcome to Pride and Chaos.
Welcome to the darkest year of our adventures.
And now give it up for Jeremy and Rick.
Now you scared me.